The digestive tract is in most animals and is essentially one long tube with two openings, one at each end. In humans, the digestive tract is very complex. Here are the main parts of the digestive tract. Digestion starts at the mouth when taking the first bite of food. The teeth chew the food into pieces that are easier to digest, while saliva mixes with food to begin the process of breaking it down into a form your body can absorb and use. The esophagus is a muscular tube connecting your mouth to your stomach. By a series of muscular contractions, the esophagus delivers food to your stomach. The stomach is a hollow organ that holds food while it breaks down food into a usable form. The stomach lining contains cells that produce powerful enzymes and strong acids which are responsible for the breakdown process. The smooth muscle tissues contract to mix the stomach's contents. In addition, the stomach tells the brain when we had enough to eat. The small intestine is a 6-meter long muscular tube that breaks down food using enzymes released by the pancreas and bile from the liver. Muscular contractions help mix and move the food in the small intestine. It is made of 3 segments, the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. The duodenum is largely responsible for the continuous breaking down process, with the jejunum and the ileum mainly responsible for absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. The large intestine, or also known as a colon, is about 1.5 meters long, but larger in diameter than the small intestine. The large intestine connects the small intestine to the rectum. The lining absorbs water from the food, then sends the remaining solid to the rectum. The rectum is about 8 inches long and serves as a warehouse for the remaining waste. The anus is the opening of the rectum and allows waste to pass from the rectum to outside of the body.
In digestion, food is changed by the organs into a soluble form to be absorbed by the body. Food in the mouth is mixed with saliva. Saliva begins to dissolve the food as the teeth grind and cut it. Food is forced back into the throat, pharynx, by the tongue. Food in the pharynx stimulates the swallowing reflex. The larynx is pulled upward to meet the epiglottis and seal off the trachea. Food goes from the pharynx to the esophagus. Food moves down the esophagus by peristalsis. The peristaltic wave reaches the esophageal sphincter and food enters the stomach. The unique muscular structure of the stomach breaks up the food into small pieces called chyme. Chyme exits through the pyloric sphincter into the duodenum of the small intestine. The major portion of absorption and digestion occurs in the small intestine. The mucosa secrete enzymes that supplement the digestive enzymes of the pancreas and liver. This completes the chemical process of digestion. The walls are covered with villi where nutrient absorption takes place. The structure of each villus contains a capillary and lacteal to pick up the digested nutrients. The nutrients are now transported by the blood to all the cells of the body. The undigested food reaches the ileocecal valve and enters the large intestine or colon. The colon absorbs water, manufactures vitamins, produces mucus, and forms and expels feces. Mass peristalsis pushes the feces into the rectum, which stimulates the defecation reflex.
How do these parts of the digestive system work together? Here is how it works. First, the mouth breaks down food into a form your body can absorb and use. Then it enters the esophagus, which delivers the food to your stomach. The stomach breaks down the food by mixing the food with enzymes and acids. Next, the food enters the small intestine. This is where most of the digestion takes place. Nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream here, and then food is transported into the colon. The colon absorbs liquid from the food, then transports the remaining food to the rectum. The rectum stores the remaining solid matter until excreted as feces from the anus. There are many diseases, disorders, and illnesses associated with the digestive system. Here are the most common ones. First is colitis. Colitis is when the epithelium tissue lining which covers the digestive tract becomes inflamed at the colon and results in the colon not working properly. It can cause diarrhea, pain, and blood and stool. Reasons for the colon to become inflamed include infection, bacteria, loss in blood supply, and failure in the body's disease-fighting mechanism. Another one is cirrhosis. Cirrhosis is a disease that causes the liver to start losing its function. The main cause for the disease is alcohol poisoning. The results of cirrhosis include loss of appetite, weakness, tiredness, itching, and even death. The following is an example of what you shouldn't do if you don't want cirrhosis.
Blame it on the goose, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the tongue, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the
Next is constipation. Constipation is when intestinal movements are infrequent or incomplete. It causes the colon to absorb too much water from food, making stool very hard and difficult to push out. Reasons for constipation include not eating enough fiber, being inactive, changes in routine, drinking too much milk, and dehydration. Last but not least is vomiting. It is very common and is medically known as emesis. Vomiting is the forceful expulsion of the contents of the stomach through the mouth and sometimes the nose. Reasons for vomit include overeating, food poisoning, food allergies, and motion sickness. You should always keep your digestive system healthy. Without it, you won't be able to eat and absorb nutrients, which is essential for life. Here are a few things you can do every day to keep your digestive system healthy. Eat foods that are rich in fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grain products. A high fiber diet helps to keep food moving through your digestive tract, making you less likely to get constipated. It is also good for our liver, intestines, and helps to maintain a healthy weight. Skip the bad habits such as smoking, alcohol, and caffeine. Exercise daily to help strengthen the abdomen muscles and stimulate the intestinal muscles to push food through your digestive system. Activities such as walking, running, playing sports, yoga, and swimming will help.